Now, essentially, the prayer words at the end of verse 3 are an acknowledgement that sacrifices are pointless unless the altar is approached with a proper attitude and intangible obedience. I'm going to say this another way. The prayer beseeches God to accept good behavior and proper prayer from a contrite heart as a substitute for animal sacrifices. It's interesting that buried in the traditional liturgy that's recited on the Jewish Day of Atonement proceedings, we hear these words: we are permitted by God to offer prayers instead of sacrifices. Kind of interesting. And I want to offer something I can't prove, but I do think it's so. I believe those prayer words here in Hosea are intended to comfort exiled Israel, who will believe they must always live in their sins without hope, remedy, or atonement because they are away from the temple and the altar in Jerusalem, and therefore they have no means to restore fellowship with God through sacrificing. Now, in so many ways, this is actually preparing them for their Messiah, who will remedy this problem for them as he becomes their once-for-all sacrifice for sin. Thus, what God will need from them is trust and faithfulness in the Messiah, and no further sacrifice for sin is needed.